Welcome to Afterthoughts with Erica. My name is Erica O'Meara, and as I begin my journey to becoming an end-of-life doula, I'm challenging myself to talk to 100 people about death, dying, and what comes next. Join me as we explore these stories and work together to make the topic of death less uncomfortable, one conversation at a time. Afterthoughts with Erica is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. The opinions expressed are solely of the speakers and do not represent legal, medical, or financial advice. This series does not supersede any written last will and testament, legal documents, or directives. Please note that this series may contain adult subject matter and with strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi guys! Welcome back to Afterthoughts with Erica. My name is Erica, and today I have a very special guest. It's one of my girlfriends from high school. Her name is Noelle. She is a soccer coach, a mother of two, wife to a lawyer, an elder caregiver, and she lives in New Jersey. Thank you for joining me, Noelle.
Thank you, Erica. I appreciate this experience. I think it's eye-opening, and I'm looking forward to having this conversation with you today.
Yay. Thank you so much. So we're going to get right started in, and question number one is, are you afraid of dying?
Right now, in this stage of life I'm in, no, I'm not afraid of dying.
Okay. Was there a time where you were?
Maybe when I was younger growing up, because I had a religious background, I might have had some fear of that, of what that might look like, whether I was going to be going to one place or another place. But after going to college and learning and expanding my experiences with other cultures, I've sort of changed my view on that, and I'm not afraid of it.
That's awesome. That's great. I love to hear it. Is there a death in your past that sort of changed the way that you view death and dying?
I would say that the most profound experience I had with death was my father, which was now 12 years ago. So it was unexpected, and I was pregnant at the time. So with that experience, I went through all the emotions. I allowed myself the space to have those emotions. When you're pregnant, there's a lot of things you can't do. So really just having a good cry in the shower when I had a 2-year-old was like my only opportunity to sort of go walk through all those feelings. So it was difficult. But he also had some illnesses. So while I would have appreciated more time, certainly a lot more conversations, and having the person in your life that has that like unwavering love for you. I miss that. Going through that experience and knowing that he had those illnesses, I like to think that maybe he wasn't going to be able to go through that experience himself, of deteriorating, of maybe not remembering family and friends, and a physical deterioration from Parkinson's. So I try to look at it that way. Still unfair he didn't meet my children, but that's how I try to take something from it.
I think that that's a really good way to sort of rationalize the reality of the situation. Yeah, I'm really sorry that your dad passed.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
miss him every day. Miss him every day.
I know. And do you believe in the afterlife? Do you think about that at all?
So I believe that like it's spiritually possible. I don't subscribe to the religious point of view of it, because I don't think it's good for anyone to think that their actions on earth are going to put them in heaven or hell. I think we need to be present here and do the best we can with the moments in the life we have. And I don't think you should think because you don't have something, you might go to heaven and get it. So with respect to religion, I don't buy into that anymore, but I do well that there's like a spiritual to others. Spiritually, it's possible to see signs that they're still with you. It's possible that certain people have that ability to just be of the earth and be connected, and some others aren't able to tap into that. So I'm open-minded about that part. Just, you know, sort of separate it from religious aspect.
Sure.
That's how I look at it.
You'd be surprised how many people join you in those sentiments. So it's a lot of people. So, and honestly, at the end
That's
of the
good to
day,
know. I think we need a group, like, because there's so
if
many
you
like other outliers
if you watch
that
the
are like really loud.
majority,
It would be nice
yeah,
to have a little group.
absolutely. There's the majority, I think, of my guests have the same kind of idea. And at the end of the day, whatever we think about the afterlife is for us. And that's it. It's not for anybody but us. So, who really cares what anybody thinks of the afterlife? Because, you know, we're we're gonna be dead. So that's for the living. The afterlife is for the living.
Right. Right. That's interesting. That's interesting. I like this conversation.
Good. So the next question is, if you could have an ideal death, what would it be?
Wow. Well, I guess all things being equal, I guess maybe I would have some sort of awareness that change was coming, so that if I felt like there were conversations or people that I wanted to connect with before I moved on, I could do that. But knowing that anything could happen any day, hopefully I get to a place where I can just share how I feel, each day, each week, each year I'm living. And then if something was to happen suddenly, it would be okay, because the people that I loved would know I loved them, and the people that needed forgiveness would have been forgiven, and the people that I needed to ask for forgiveness from, I would have had those tough discussions already. Yeah. I haven't really thought about like a perfect death, so something for me to like think about more and reflect on,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I think that that's a good first step, is thinking about, like, you want resolution, and you want the exchange of energy before you go. You want to have the ability to exchange energy one last time with the people that you love, and that you want to exchange energy with before you go. And I think that that is the perfect step towards having the ideal death, not
Right.
leaving anything open behind.
Right. I think as a mother, I'll add to that I think I would just want them to know that they're going to be okay, that they're strong, beautiful people, and that they're prepared for life, and that they shouldn't be upset if they're feeling happiness and they're feeling joy and they're feeling whatever in that stage of grief. Like, it's okay to say goodbye to me, and be experiencing whatever they're experiencing with their own families. So I just want them to know that. you
Yeah.
know
And now it's on record, because this is going on YouTube, baby.
oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
The next question is, if you could bring one thing with you in death, what would it be?
like a material thing, like anything?
Honestly, we've had such a huge spectrum of answers for this one. It is very interesting to see how everybody answers it. I don't know that it's been the same in one
Okay.
forecast.
Um, if I
Yeah,
could
some
bring
people,
something that was living, I'd probably say my cat.
right. But then everybody goes, well, but that means that my cat would have to die, and I don't want my cat to die.
Right, right.
So,
And I don't want to take my cat away from my family. So I don't think the cat can
yeah,
I can't be a cat lady for eternity, unfortunately.
I didn't think of that one either.
Um, a materialistic thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to think that I'd be happy. I don't know. I like the beach, maybe sand or be near the water if I could plan where I went. But
Okay.
I don't know that there's anything I'd want to take with me specifically because I don't really place a lot of value on like jewelry or some other item that I would think would need to be with me.
Well, maybe if you end up at the beach, you'll just have like eternal SPF.
Well, I do need that. Thanks,
Yes,
Erica,
you
for
do.
calling out
You fair
my
skin
Irish
girl.
skin. Oh my God. Maybe that's what happens with my next spiritual life. I'll have the olive skin.
Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? I'm there with you. So, so if you were to have a funeral, how would you want that to go?
Um, well, I think there would be a, a ceremony where they would talk about me and our experiences that we shared. And then, people are certainly allowed to cry and miss me. But then I expect later on in the day, there's to be some sort of like a Irish wake celebration and there should be happiness and laughter and sharing, um, um, things like that.
Yeah,
Just a gathering of the people that were around me at the end, and just celebrating the life that was lived.
yeah. And I do have to be honest, giving people permission to cry, I think is a big deal, because everybody says that. Everybody says, I don't want people to be sad when I die. I want people to be happy. I want people to, have a party in my name. But I think it is extremely profound to say, when I die, it's okay for you to cry for me. It is okay, because that's part of it. You know, we're not going to be dancing on anybody's grave. We're going to be crying. And especially as a mother, letting our kids know that it's okay to cry about it. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, of course, I want you to be happy in your life, but it's okay to take a moment, and grieve because that's natural.
I think it's really important. I think it's really important to be in the moment and feel the feelings, whatever they may be, and not stuff them down. And it's something I'm really working on as a mother.
That's amazing. That's great. This one's sort of a fun one. What songs would be on your funeral playlist?
Mine. I've thought
Uh-huh.
about it for other people. I haven't thought about it
What would be on yours?
for okay, there has to be something from Tori Amos, probably Boys for Pele, like Crucify would be sort of ironic. Um, what else? I mean, I don't mind like a good Fields of Gold. That's a good funeral song. Which would bring the tears. So that would be okay. Trying like that's like about me. Um, I have to think about like what, I could say like celebrating it later, a little Taylor Swift, Shake It Off.
Oh, that's a
Um,
good one.
right. Trying to think. Um, Maybe like an instrumental of like Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You, something like that. Cause like, I don't really want the religious hymns there. So,
Yeah,
but like something like that would be something familiar that people know that has a sentiment to that I want to share with them. I don't know.
sure.
I have to think about that. I probably have, if you ask me next week, I'll probably have 10 different songs or something.
Listen, you can post about it. I have I have a funeral playlist that I'm building on my channel, you know? So
Hmm.
it's just something to think about.
Right. Maybe a little Dave Matthews Band to like honor a stage of my life, something from there. And that's kind of like fun and upbeat. Trying to think of like maybe look at it that way. Fleetwood Mac, there has to be a Fleetwood Mac song. Um, and then now I'm into like the Lumineers, right? Something along that lines, but the specific songs are escaping me.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you have a solid foundation for sure.
Right. Mm.
What do you want done with your body after you die?
I'd probably try to donate my organs if that was possible. Um, and then cremation, I think. I think cremation, maybe the ability to tell others where I'd like them to spread my ashes.
Sure, that's fair.
Like,
And of course, being an organ donor is, you know, that's a righteous thing. That's so cool. The next question is sort of a naughty one.
mm,
If you could haunt somebody in death, who would it be? And I'll preface it with it can be naughty or it can be nice.
the stage of life I'm in, I feel like I'm a presence in my firstborn child's life to remind him to stay on his path, whatever path that is. He needs a little someone on the shoulder. I'm still watching you. I might be gone, but I'm still watching you. So, you know, don't be so impulsive. Um, but that's more of like guidance and whatever, like somebody that I'd like want to haunt. I don't like Nicolas Cage. I don't know. If I was like a spooky ghost, a spooky, like trying to think of
I
somebody I don't like.
I will join you in that haunt. I will join you in that haunt. I just want to grab his hair and see how much of it is a toupee. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, yeah, that's all I got. Just terrible, terrible. Snakes on a plane, just terrible, awful,
Oh my
awful.
gosh, that's hysterical. There's one rule in my house about movies. Mom doesn't watch movies with Nick Cage in them. That's just the rule. His hairline is distracting. I can't watch him. I just can't.
Oh my God. His delivery is the same in every movie. Like literally doesn't have
And
he
and
can't do an
listen,
accent or anything.
so is Keanu Reeves, but it's Keanu Reeves. You know what I'm saying? That's just my 2 cents.
I'll take speed any day.
Any day. Matrix, I would take Matrix with me when I die. That's what I would do. That's the movie I'd take. We're down to our last question, and that is what do you want people to remember you for after you die?
I'd like them to remember that I was spirited, enthusiastic, energetic, and loving, that I like to have a good time. I wasn't afraid of a thrill or a risk or an adventure. Um, and that I wasn't a perfect person, but I supported my friends and family the best that I could, and always, always wanted the best, for my nieces, my children. Um, just wanted them to find their path and would support them no matter what. Nieces, nephews, children, friends, and family. And that um, failure is a part of life. Everyone goes through it. And sometimes you have to fail to succeed. And hopefully I lived that lesson to show others.
That's powerful knowledge. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. It was a very interesting conversation on a topic that, it's not front of mind at the moment for me, maybe for other people in my life, like my mother and, other people in my family. So yeah, I think it was, sort of good to think about these things and think about what I want.
Yeah. It's never too early to think about it, unfortunately, because it's a part of life. It's inevitable for all of us. So, and especially as parents, it's nice to think about these things, and have them put on record. Not here, obviously, this is for education and entertainment purposes only, but with an actual lawyer.
Right. Exactly.
So,
exactly.
yeah,
All
it's never
right.
too
Well,
early, honestly. So, just something to think about. Thank you so much, Noelle. I really appreciate it.
you're welcome. Good luck. Good luck talking to your other 99 people.
Thank you so much.
Have fun with it.
Thanks.
Trigger warning, this episode features talks of suicide. Please take care while listening.
To be part of this important conversation. Let's continue breaking the silence together. See you next time.